Hi, my name is Kirk. I'm the General Manager of Wilmington Community Television. Welcome to Talk to WCTV tonight. Tonight's show is live, as usual, on Wednesday nights at 6 p.m. Our show is so that you, the viewer, can ask me questions about access cable television, about the programming that we have here, and how to get involved, how you can become part of WCTV. Tonight, as Paul pulls out to a wide shot here, it's me and Wilmington High School. There's no one else here. So since I have no guest tonight, I invite you, the viewer, to be my guest. Please call in tonight, Wednesday, the 23rd of January. The number is on the bottom of your screen, 657-4066. Please call in with your comments, your criticisms, constructive criticisms, I hope, about access cable television and Wilmington Community Television. Wilmington Community Television is your local cable channel. You can watch school committee, selectmen, you can learn about manatees, you can watch basketball, all on channels 30 and 52. Immediately following tonight's cable cast of Talk to WCTV will be the re-cable cast of Teenagers and Alcohol. Teenagers and Alcohol was a program produced a week ago today by the Wilmington High School PAC, the Parents Advisory Council. Sandra Curtin and Cheryl Soderquist produced the show, and what it consists of is a panel of 5 professionals who talk about teenagers and alcohol. It's a very informative show. It was live call-in last week, however, it will be re-cable cast with no calls tonight. That show will be re-cable cast tonight, Thursday night at 6:30. That's an hour-long program. Bob Peterson, a well-respected person in town, moderates that program, Teenagers and Alcohol. Great praise. I'd like to extend great praise to Sandra Curtin and Cheryl Soderquist for such a fine job. Immediately following Teenagers and Alcohol at 7:30 tonight will be the school committee. School committee has been off for a while, and they will resume their live show, their live school committee meeting tonight at 7:30, so please tune in for that. As you can just see from tonight's example, we have a lot of programming here at Wilmington Community Television. Most of it is produced by volunteers, some of it is produced by myself, and some of the programs have been produced outside of the channel, which means a resident from the town brings the program in so it can be put on the air. And then that person becomes the producer of the show. So we do have a lot of different types of program, but I would really and truly like to see you, the viewer, get involved. We have a small group of people here, and they're like a club, they're like a small family. But I would prefer to see a lot of Wilmington get involved with their cable channel. It's here for you to use. It's here for you to gain experience with video production, learn about cable television, learn about public relations. Once you pay our small membership fee, you can become part of this club. A world of opportunities is really open to you. Last Thursday night, 6 days ago, we had a membership night. The membership night was the first one that I've had since I've come on as general manager. It was a real fun night. A lot of people I've never met came down, members who have become members before I became general manager. They came down and learned what's been happening at the studio, how they can get re-involved. So the membership night was really successful. We also had some new people who came down and joined WCTV pretty much sight unseen. They had heard some good things about the studio, and they wanted to get some training and produce some programs for the channels, channel 30 and 52. So we had a very successful night of the membership night. Again, the number to call, Talk to WCTV, is on your screen, 657-4066. Now, what does membership mean? Membership means joining a club or an organization and becoming a member of that organization. Once you become part of Wilmington Community Television, like I said before, you start belonging to a wonderful community where you can learn and gain a lot of video experience. Once you become a member, you receive a monthly newsletter. This afternoon I put together the February newsletter that our members should be receiving by the 1st of the month. In our newsletter, we have upcoming shoots information so that our members can produce programs. We have blurbs about what's happened in the past month. And we have other information in our newsletter, some training workshops, some basic access course information. So the newsletter is a major source of information for our membership. Another thing that comes with being a WCTV member is the training that you receive. We have 6 or 7 new members in our winter basic access class. I don't want to go through them right now because invariably I'll forget someone and I don't want to do that. But we have some members in our basic access class. The other night they learned how to operate the camcorder and they learned how to use the tripod, so that when they've graduated from the basic access class, they can go out, use the camcorder, and produce a program for WCTV. They'll also learn how to use microphones, how to prepare certain lighting for a set like this. They'll also learn how to direct, like our director, Mark Blair, tonight. And right at the beginning of their basic class, they learned how to operate the studio camera, like Paul Dion, who's running the camera tonight. So they spend about 7 or 8 weeks using our equipment, learning different tidbits of video information. Then once they've completed the basic class, there is a slew of workshops that we offer here. We have directing workshops. There's a directing workshop starting sometime in February. For you members who are watching, check your newsletter on that. We also have editing workshops. Again, that I think will be in late February, early March. I'm not quite sure on that. We have a lot of other workshops. We have a producers roundtable, which is the beginning of February. The producers roundtable will be a workshop where people are in the middle of a program and they want some input, some constructive criticism. That's what the producers roundtable is. So we have a lot of things going on here, a lot of training, a lot of instruction, many basic access classes. Please call me tonight if you'd like to get involved with WCTV. The number again is 657-4066. We're live tonight on the 23rd of January, and this show will be re-cablecast on Thursday, that's tomorrow, January 24th at 1 in the afternoon. Another thing that membership gives you of the WCTV membership is the use of equipment to produce a WCTV program. We have very professional equipment here that can allow you to produce a very professional broadcast-looking program. I will train you on how to use our equipment, the studio equipment or our remote equipment. Then you can bring the tape back and learn how to use our editing facilities. Once you edit your program, then it will look so professional, we'll put it on WCTV. So we encourage you to come down, get the training, and then take out the equipment to produce a program. WCTV is a community television station, but that does not mean that we just rent out the equipment to videotape your daughter's wedding. That's really not our goal, is to videotape your daughter's wedding. We would like you to produce a program to put on the channel. We would like to fill up our airtime. These days we put on a good amount of programming, but we would like more. We seriously would like more. So learn how to use the equipment and then produce a WCTV program. We really encourage that. Lastly, but not least importantly, I'd like to talk to the high schoolers and the college age viewers at home. Working at a community television station is excellent experience. You've heard and heard and heard again, no, you can't have this job because you don't have experience. WCTV is a wonderful place to get valuable experience in video production. I was speaking with someone today, I'm trying to think who, I can't remember, I'm getting old I guess. I was speaking with someone and they said, now, did you go to college for this? And I said, no, I didn't go to college for this. I actually went down to my community television station in my hometown, took the basic access training class, learned how to use the equipment, produced some programs that are in fact are still going on today, produced some programs and then used it for a resume videotape. Now what a resume videotape means is that when a person goes off to an interview in video production, the interviewer may ask for a videotape of his or her work, similar to an art student who shows a portfolio. So then the person can show the video resume or video portfolio, and then that shows that you have the experience for the job. So I'm extending an invitation to the high schoolers and the college students out there who would like to gain some valuable experience and come down and take some classes here. You can also have a college internship at WCTV where you can volunteer at the studio for a semester or maybe a Christmas break type of thing and produce some programs. Learn how to use the equipment, and then with a professor's approval, get credit for it. In the meantime, we are working towards getting the high schoolers involved with credit courses at WCTV. So we're in the process of that as well. So WCTV is an excellent place to gain a sense of community as well as learning to use video equipment and produce a program for WCTV, as well as gaining valuable experience for the work world. I'm an excellent example of how you can use your community television station to gain the experience to get your first job. I don't believe in the adage of, oh, I have to give up because I can't get experience, so I can't get my first job. This is a wonderful place to get the experience. Pay your membership fee, which is an annual fee, and then once you pay that, you can become part of the community down here, use the equipment, and produce a program. If you have any questions about what I've just talked about, while I take a breath, please call me at 657-4066 on Wednesday night only. Next week, I do want to preview that next week's guest will be Beverly Shea. Beverly Shea is a member of the Wilmington Community Television Board of Directors, and she will be my guest next week. She also is a member of the membership committee, and she helped me very much putting together the membership night of last Thursday night. Some of the programs that we produce here have been brought into us, like I was saying earlier. When a person brings a show into us, they become the sponsor of that show. Most recently, the Kiwanis Club has been bringing in some videotapes. A show that they brought me is called Young Children Priority 1. Another show that they brought me, is called the Kiwanis Pediatric Trauma Institute. So these are two of the programs that the Kiwanis Club is sponsoring and putting it on WCTV. So we do welcome programs that were produced elsewhere. If a resident brings it to us, that person does become the sponsor of the program. So we do welcome that. And the earlier show I was talking about, Teenagers and Alcohol, which is going to be immediately following tonight's program. Teenagers and Alcohol was produced by the Wilmington High School PAC. And I believe and I hope that they continue to produce programs here dealing with the teenagers at Wilmington High School and the issues that they face while being in high school. Some of you out there may remember a program that they produced last fall with the police chief. It was called A Message from the Chief. It was a very small public service announcement. It was around 6 minutes long, where the police chief does speak directly to the students and the teenagers, discusses the concerns of alcohol and underage drinking. Another show that we just recently did, and it hasn't been on cable television yet, is the first annual Hall of Fame induction ceremony produced by Paul Dion. Some of you may have even attended this event, which was last Saturday night at the Sons of Italy. It's the first annual, and it was put together by Aldo Kyra, who is a member of the school committee. They had a very nice program hosted and emceed by Bill Fay, the Wilmington school superintendent. So he was the MC of the night, and he did an excellent job. If anyone out there knows Bill Fay, he did an excellent job, and we got to see a lot of the older graduates from Wilmington High School, and some more the recent ones, all the way up until the class of 1980. So it's an excellent program. I haven't scheduled it yet, so it will be on Channel 30 and 52 very soon. I just haven't scheduled it yet. Copies are available, so please feel free to call me during the week for information on how you can get your copy of the Hall of Fame induction ceremony. Oh, we do have a call. Hello, you're live on Talk to WCTV. Do you have a question or a comment?
Yes, hi. I have, first, I just want to say I love your show. I think it's fantastic.
Great.
Secondly, I have two questions. Wondered if you had any shows planned, informative type shows planned on people that might be laid off in town and are looking for work, and also any informative shows or maybe support groups type things for the families of the soldiers.
Okay, thanks for your call. You can continue watching. We have some concerns about people who are laid off, and we have some interested people down here. If you, the viewer, or other viewers at home want to come down and help out with a show like that, we can arrange a time where the group of us can sit down and brainstorm some ideas for a program like that. For your second question, I think that is terribly important. I really want to see some programs about the issues of the soldiers overseas in Saudi Arabia fighting the Iraqis. It's a very serious issue, and I really would love to see a show like that. In fact, I did get a call the other day if a woman could come down. She said she wanted to come down and produce a show where she would be talking essentially directly to her son, who's over there, but it would be very broad, so that she could produce the show, air it here, but then also take the tape and send it over to her son and the company that he's in. That would be a show that I would be very interested in. Anything regarding that, I think, is very timely and very serious issue, and I would really encourage a type of show like that. So thanks for your call, viewer. That's a really important show. I was thinking about that earlier today, how we can incorporate that at WCTV, making programs with a support group, getting a National Guardsman in here, getting a group of National Guardsmen, what do they call that? The reservists, yeah, I'm sorry. Getting them here. Also, trying to get people who maybe just came back or from a different era, say from the Korean War or the Vietnam War, talking about what to expect, any loneliness to expect, and that would be really a good show for a call-in. I really encourage call-ins. As you can see here, I do like live call-in shows. That would be really good, because I know just by judging the number of yellow ribbons in Wilmington, I know that there's a large call for that. So I would like to see that. We have serious programs, informative programs, sports-oriented programs, comedy, sad programs. I encourage all of those types of shows. I don't like to see a strictly sports-oriented cable channel or all talk show. I really encourage to have a whole lot of different topics on the cable channel, and I hope I've succeeded at WCTV in getting that. For example, tonight we have Talk to WCTV. You never know what's going to happen on Talk to WCTV. Immediately following is a Teenagers and Alcohol Forum, and then immediately following that is School Committee. So I think that we have covered a lot of issues in our programming. A fun show that's coming up, I believe next week, is called Winter Activities with Willa. Now, you've heard me mention Willa Brigham's name a lot because she is so much fun. I just had my cameraman and director exchange glances because they know and love Willa too. Willa Brigham will be doing a show with children on how to spend the afternoon. Glue, paste, construction paper, cotton balls, that sort of thing. It should be an excellent program for the kids to watch after school on a snowy day, how to spend the afternoon. So that will be Winter Activities with Willa. So watch the cable channel listing, and also watch the newspapers where we do announce the program schedules. We announce the program schedules in the Advertiser, the Town Crier, and the Suburban News. Thank you. So we do announce our programs in those 3 newspapers. So please watch for our program schedule in that, and keep an eye out for Winter Activities with Willa. I know Willa has a great following out there, so for those people who do love Willa, watch that show. It's going to be great. It hasn't even been taped yet, and I know it's going to be great. Another show that we've produced was produced by our director, Mark Blair, and Dan Gillis, called Everett Ave Affordable Housing Project. And that's been shown a couple of times. It's the building of a house by the Shawsheen Tech students. So I know that a lot of the Shawsheen Tech students might want to see themselves as well. Mark spent the better half of the last 2 weeks editing 2 days. Well, it felt like 2 weeks, I know. Editing the piece together of the affordable housing project. Let me take a breath here. We do have many basketball games coming up. We have the Tuesday night games and the Friday night games. We have a great couple of guys videotaping that. And we have Dan Dion doing the play-by-play. Now, Dan Dion, if no one knows Dan Dion, he is the son of Paul Dion, who's running camera right now, and I have heard nothing but excellent reviews over his play-by-play. He's fair, he's quick, and he's knowledgeable. So tune in to the basketball games, because I just hear that Dan Dion is just the greatest play-by-play in Wilmington. So watch out, Pat Summerall. Is that what his name is? Okay. If anybody has any questions about the programming that we produce here, I do have our program schedules open, so if anybody wants to know when a program will be aired, please call me, 657-4066. That's live tonight, January 23rd. Anybody has any questions about the training workshops, please call in. I have some questions for the viewers if you want to get near your telephone. I'd like to know what shows that do you watch? People ask me, how can you tell what your ratings are? I really honestly don't know what my ratings are. I wish I did. The only way I can judge is from the viewers at home, what they watch. I know a lot of people watch School Committee and Selectmen. Those are two very popular shows that we have. I know a lot of you are watching Talk to WCTV because it's a great show. I know a lot of you watched the Pat Hoffman show when he was juggling and telling us that he was a juggling fool. I know a lot of you elementary school students watch the Woburn Street School kids come in and talk about manatees. So I know we have a good viewership. I just would like to I'd like to know what type of shows you watch on a regular basis, what shows that you lean toward. Do you lean toward children's shows, informative shows, or sports-oriented shows? So I'm posing that question to the viewers. Also, we had an excellent call a couple of weeks ago. It was one of our last phone calls, and the gentleman said, well, you know, this is going to be a constructive criticism. And of course, everyone gets on guard with a question like that, a comment like that. But it was very helpful. The concerns that I've heard is that the selectmen meeting and the school committee meetings, the audio is a bit low. So that we're going to try to correct that. Those are constructive criticisms that we really enjoy. If you can't hear a program, please call in tonight and tell me. Say, Karen, you know, I really need to hear the audio for the school committee, the selectmen meeting, and upcoming in the town meeting. So please let me know. I'm seriously interested in to hear what you have to say about our programs here. I'm here to take your concerns. And I know a lot of you out there have a lot of hobbies. You may like to do calligraphy. Maybe you have a talent with quilting. Maybe you have a talent with ham radio. And you'd like to share that with people. Well, a good way to share that is producing a show on WCTV. The most successful shows are the ones that you're interested in. Hello, you're live on Talk to WCTV. Thanks for your call. Do you have a question? No? Okay, call in again. The number is 657-4066. I hope you have a concern about WCTV or constructive criticism or an idea for a show. So please call in with your question about access cable television, about how you can get involved. I've done a lot of the talking for tonight's show because I don't have a guest. Again, next week's show will be Beverly Shea, so I hope she pulls some of the slack for me because I'm out of breath. If you have a question or a comment, please call me in the last remaining minutes, 657-4066. Tell me if you like my plant. Tell me if you hate my plant. Just please call in and talk to me about access cable television. Tonight's show is sponsored in part by AAA Cartel Cleaning Company in Wilmington, Massachusetts. I've had a lot of fun tonight. It's exhausting work being here, the only person in front of a show, in front of the camera, but it has been fun. Please tune in next week when we'll have Beverly Shea. Stay tuned tonight. 6:30 will be Teenagers and Alcohol. 7:30 will be the Wilmington School Committee live from the Wilmington High School Library. Thanks so much for watching. Tune in next week, Wednesday at 6 p.m. with your calls and concerns about access cable television on Talk to WCTV. My name is Karen Kirk, the General Manager, thanking you for watching. Good night.